And we're back. So, and our steak has worn off. I've been off, and our fresh potato has worn off. Can you tell that I've been eating while you've been gone? I've been traveling, you know, the same old, to get rid of all of our random junk that we have. So, we still really need to sleep. Now, we do have... Yeah, technology is pretty cool, eh? We do have... What was it? There is something that helps with sleep. But I'm always like, what if we need this later? So, for example, there's this. But look at all those fire resists and stuff. That could be totally handy at some point. I think there was something else. There's this, but like, we'd have to take all of them. We really need to find a place where we can just nap. Do we know of any place where we can just nap? Does the Rangers... do they have like bunk? Maybe there's like bunks or something in here? This is not the place I was thinking of. Jeez. But there is a bed. We can. Excellent. It's so handy that just ticks so you can see the numbers. Okay, so we can get no further down than 2 on our sleep. Okay. Excellent. Does mean we need to eat, I think. Eat. A little bit less than 100 food, less than 100 H2O. It's like liquid, yeah, but that's not what we're looking for here. Do we have something like a small snack? This isn't a small snack, but it is pretty good. Who doesn't like some maize? Okay, so we're a bit thirsty, but other than that... You know what that sounds like? First we're gonna equip a weapon. Before we do anything foolish. Oh, I also bought... When we were in Good Springs, I bought some upgrades for the plasma pistol. That's not a great idea. It's true. I do wanna. I do wanna get a stim pack. That you're absolutely correct. These guys were. I think I need a weapon that I'm better at. I don't know about that one. Ooh, you're about to break. I just need a lot of bullets. I also need to not reload when I want to go in and get some healing. Let me just get into cover here. Why do I have a sneaking suspicion that our team is about to die? Come on, come on. I am surprised no one on our team is dead yet. This is where he turns his attention and just one-shots me. Ooh. That was a coin toss of which one of us dies first. Ho 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 ho. Give me all of this, just so I can move away from the big barrels right over there. How are we not dead? I keep forgetting, like when I was delivering things, which sort of thing it was that I needed to keep to heal Edie with. Yeah, roll. Oh, okay. Like, you didn't die, did you? I think that's all of... No, never mind. Like how I spent all that time getting rid of the overburdening. And then here we are. Oh, what, you could have some great... You could potentially have, like, all of your loot that you were gonna sell. That wasn't too shabby. You have some room, right?
I'm sure you'll be fair and equitable,
Yeah,
boss.
but not a lot. You don't have a lot. But you can take all of these. I mean, eventually, we will have just gotten rid of the overburdening by selling all of... Or, not selling, using all of our stim packs. But what we can do... There we go. Do we have more? Oh. Look at all this. I just think... The thing is, I never know what sort of... Like, these obviously, it's a legion, so people are gonna think you're in the legion. But, like, mercenarian? Is that a group? Or could we get away with using those? Well, you know what? I'm gonna redo the whole delivery back and forth. So I'll see you in a sec. And we're back once more. Sold all well, let's be honest, didn't sell that many things. Put stuff in you guys, put stuff in here, and we're good to go. Again. Oh, I almost forgot. I found a shovel. Or, I didn't find it, I bought it. But I don't remember where it was that we needed it. Wasn't there graves in the new town we were in? Novak? Was it Novak? Yeah, that made a difference. So let's switch to a different weapon. How about... We also have this one we're gonna have to try. Yeah, that seems safe. That... Yeehaw, let's go back. Just in case I accidentally, like, shoot... Because if I shoot someone with this one in town, you know, it's gonna do a little bit of damage. People are gonna be a little bit annoyed. Pretty sure if I shoot in town with the other one, it's just gonna level the place. Was it not here that there was... Howdy. Grave somewhere? I cannot remember. How about you guys? Are you, Where's, I mean, that makes sense. I mean, I know you're here. What if I do this? Yeah, I wanted to speak to you, you know, in a civilized way. But I guess we don't do that. Okay, so I'm not sure. But I think maybe you're related to the Brahmin being dead. I don't know why, it's just like a hunch. Most of what is recorded here is a mess of incomprehensible psychotic gibberish. It seems to express a general frustration towards a set of Brahmin who are allegedly keeping the author awake at night by screaming inside his head whenever he closes his eyes. But I guess that this house...
What brings you here? Nice of you to visit.
Find anything? Well, I don't know how you've done it, but I do know how I can thank you.
Well, did you hear the
Please
gunfire?
take this, compliments of Alice and myself. And help yourself to anything in that freezer over yonder. We got more steaks in there than we'd be able to eat in a year.
Excellent.
So long.
Accepted. Folks will come to accept you for your helpful nature. Will they still feel the same way in case I, like... There we go. If I start digging up graves. Okay, so Edie I've been giving all of the aid and food stuff to. Sort of have some sort of idea of who has what. Oh, well, this is awkward, isn't it?
This crouch walking is hell on my back, boss.
Yeah, any day now. Thank you. Thank you. Jeez, okay. Well, then we sorted that one out. Turns out you just gotta shoot him. It's a... I guess it's apocalyptic and, you know, things aren't all that great. But, like, could we not get better flashlights? Oh. Oh. Okay, yeah, turns out digging up graves, no. Bad idea. But now we've done it. And we're gonna keep doing it, because we're not gonna learn our lesson. Okay, so there's Comfly with me. I think that's the only one we could do. Right, we wanted to go... We wanted to go up to this one, which is why we were here, so we could keep going. Yeehaw. If I can find you. Oh, jeez, okay. Oh, look at this vantage point. So, who are the bad guys? Thank you. Can we use that to fix anything we have? Well, they're not shooting me. That must mean they're the good guys. Don't you? Would you believe it? If we didn't need to dig up graves and get minus karma, we could have just got it off of these guys. Any other corpses? No? No? Okay. Back to this nonsense we go. That might also have to do with why we're overburdened. Uh-oh. Okay. My game froze for a sec there. That was... There you are. Unnecessarily exciting.
I expect to be awed by your dizzying mercantile sense, boss.
Thank goodness you have... That's a pretty cool hat. I mean, it's not a beret, but it's still pretty cool. We do have a power armor, was it? We picked up? That's a fine looking revolver we got.
Hey there. Need anything?
Possibly.
Sure. Here's what I've got.
A whole lot of bullets. Actually, like all of the bullets. Of course we bite. Ooh. That's a bit pricey, huh? I think we have an assault carbine somewhere. That is what it said, right? I think so. Got a hunting rifle. Ooh. Mini nuke. Maybe not. Maybe we'll leave that. Maybe you can keep that one. I don't even know what this is, and good lord, it's expensive. Sure, let's get rid of that then. We might not be able to buy... You know what? Okay, we can buy some. Like, let's not be. Well, what weapons do we currently have on us? See here, oh, we don't have you. Have we even found one of you? We don't have an anti-material rifle. I know, I am also surprised that we don't. That's a hunting shotgun. We do have a hunting rifle, I think, somewhere. Increase the spread. That would mean actually hitting things. You know what?
Give me a shout if you need. Stay safe.
Hopefully other people besides you have those things, because what are the odds that I'll ever find you again?
Prim is a new sheriff. That should keep the powder gangers away.
Y'all are not having a good time here, huh? Okay. So, we were going the opposite way of the way I was headed. Or facing. We need to drink. It's always something. I was hoping I had... I guess you do have all of them. Where are you? There you are. Give me some purified water, thank you. Let's drink some purified water. Excellent. Really? Okay, it updated. I was like, what? We were strangely high. And not in a good way. Oh, I don't like how off-centered that looks. I mean, it's not, but like the thingies on top of it aren't symmetrically aligned. Which, no, that's fine. It's not supposed to be. Just messes with me. Anything here? Looks like some sort of area. Hello. I found followers outposts, obviously. That was like a gun belt. Well,
Hey.
hello?
I have no idea how most of these people would survive without us.
When people have got nothing left, they can always turn to the followers.
Of who?
Medicine's running low again.
There are so many refugees to care for.
Stay alert.
Against what? Oh, we can't sleep here.
Medicine's running low again.
That is one battered eyebot. It's a miracle it's still functioning.
So none of you are gonna tell me who you are and what you're doing out here? Okay. Okay. Jeez, oh jeez. Alley-oop. We're headed this way, right? Am I reading the map correctly? I am. Because we wanted to investigate the vault that the like the one rocket guy came from. You wouldn't happen to be a Legionnaires, would you? Because that looks like tents. I'm pretty sure they live in tents. Yoink. No, apparently you're just like a little town.
Hey.
Oh, you're an NCR camp. Gotcha. It's Camp Golf.
Morning.
Ah. Oh. Let's quickly go up. And also let's quickly put that away before I... No, that's... Well, someone has to be in charge here, right? You have a name.
Patty.
They're mostly pretty nice. Poindexter showed me how to make fireworks. Raz kind of scares me sometimes, but I don't mind. He's had a hard life.
You're not the one in charge, are you?
Well, as it turns out, we had a string of bad harvests a few years back. Pa said he couldn't afford to feed but 3 youngins or we'd starve. As the biggest one, it was my job to go join the army so as my sisters could eat and so as we wouldn't all be killed by raiders and Jesus would love us. It's all right, I guess. I don't like all the fighting we gotta do, though.
Why doesn't the bigger sibling simply eat the smaller siblings?
I ain't scared. I just don't like hurting folks is all. Ma always used to tell me, boy, you're the biggest and the strongest, so you mind yourself. Every day she told me that. Guess I done took it to heart.
Probably gonna be a bit tricky to be in the army and not want to hurt people. Unless you're like the
Well,
medic.
I was born on a farm out in California. Weren't much. Me, Ma, and Pa, my 2 sisters, and about 40 acres of corn and Brahmin. Didn't ever
Corn,
have no
you say?
problems, really, except for some lean years. Then I joined up and got shipped out here to New Vegas.
It was lean years, not lean years. I was like, that.
Oh, it's a fine place. The lake is real pretty, and we don't get bothered much by them Legion fellers. Toodaloo.
Toodaloo.
Hey.
Hey, hey. Well, this looks like the top. Sergeant,
Oh, hell. What is it now?
I was just coming
I've
through
been
the area.
here since the first push into Vegas. Back in the day, this camp was the hotspot for conflicts with the Legion, Raider tribes, you name it. These days, I spend most of my time trying to beat a little discipline into the soldiers under my command. They've gotten soft with no action.
Ooh.
Mostly drill.
Let's not
troops,
piss off
try
the
to keep
entire
the
camp,
discipline
shall we?
up and combat readiness high. It's not the easiest job in the world. Soldiers without a mission get bored very easily. Still, with the Legion just across the river, we have to be ready. Disappointed. We call them the Misfits for a reason. They're undisciplined, lazy, and they have absolutely no esprit de corps. The squad leader's got some
Ooh,
promise.
someone
Kid
goes
named
fancy
Max.
instead of
But
just
for the
saying
rest,
core
I
spirit.
don't see much hope. I'm going to make them shape up if it kills me, though. Or them, for that matter.
Can I loot the corpses? Maybe I can whip
You're
them up.
welcome to try. Hell, maybe they'll listen to somebody they don't
I have
see
no
as an
idea how.
authority figure.
But sure.
Man, it's my life. I joined up when I was 16. I don't know how to do anything else.
Flags of our foul-ups.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to get promoted out of the field. I didn't join up to drive a desk.
Beep beep.
Yeah, whatever.
Sorry.
Got business here?
Now I do. I have a quest now. Even there's like nothing I can take without it being. You don't have a name, so there's no need to talk to you. You have a name, but you don't work here. Now, will there be people inside of the tents I will need to talk to? Because you don't have a name. You don't have a name. You don't have a name.
Patty.
I know, because I talked to you earlier.
To me? I'll tell you what I think this squad needs. A little more basic human niceness. That's right. Folks just don't talk to other folks. And everybody's always cross with each other. That'd be swell. Only if they knew the idea came from me, they probably wouldn't take you serious no more. So maybe you ought to think about it first. And I sure hope you're more convincing than I am, or they ain't gonna listen.
I mean, I have a lot of guns. Could I not just say listen or... I'll ask
Whatever
around.
you think's best. Toodaloo.
Because I presume I should... For example, you probably have a name.
I'm assuming you aren't associated with the Army or the Rangers. What can I do for you? In a strictly official capacity, no. However, as I am by far the most intelligent and resourceful figure on this base, I feel it's safe to say the soldiers here look up to me.
You have a lot of friends, don't you?
I suppose if you must stick with your narrow, parochial view of in charge, then yes. It's a no. Are we done?
Sergeant, can I shoot this guy?
To what purpose? It's highly unlikely you'd understand anything I'd say. Suffice to say, I'm a certified genius, and when I'm discharged from this pit of testosterone and failure, I'll have all the money I could ever need. It's a simple idea. The Army offers fiscal security and generous benefits at the cost of substantial personal risk, if you're on the front line. If you perform too poorly, they'll scrub you out. Perform too well, and you get sent to the front lines. All I have to do is ride that mediocrity gradient to a cushy, do-nothing job miles away from the war.
No, I don't want to play a hand of Caravan.
That seems highly illogical.
Not because I
Reason would
think
he
you're
have for
very
doing
smart,
that?
but because I'm very dumb. Well, that's not true. I'm immensely smart. Smarter than Poindexter, even though I don't have glasses. I just don't get Caravan.
This is an unexpected variable. I had hoped to coast on an easy wave of mediocrity to a cushy government pension. And how would you propose accomplishing such a goal? An intriguing proposition. Company readiness reports are logged on the computer systems at the resort. If you hack the system, you could alter our records. Such an attempt, however, is likely to thwart efforts to motivate the squad to do actual work. If such is your goal, you should look elsewhere. As you wish. I'm sure the optimal solution will become apparent to you in time. I somehow suspect you'll be back to converse with me later.
No, I'm not sure I want to, just because you told me to. You stand out here, do you?
Hey.
No, you don't have it. Hey. Surely there's more than 2 people. Some might be inside tents. Okay, so there's you, there's... Hello. Actually, it wasn't you, it was you. Morning. Can't take any of that.
Hello.
You don't have names? You don't have names? You don't have names? Is it only the 2 options then? Then I might just go with the non-Poindexter one, but purely on principle.
Drawing the Mojave almost makes you wish for a new...
I guess also because he wanted to, like, cheat stuff. But mostly because I don't like him. Nope. Well, yes, I am also getting a bit confused as to where I've been and where I haven't. We were in here earlier, but just in case someone with a name went inside. Okay, so unless someone's here with name...
Hello.
Oh, there is someone with a name here.
Not very often we see civilians on base. What's your story?
I just sort of wandered in here, which that's probably not a good sign for y'all.
Not much to tell, really. I grew up in New Reno, joined up, took my shot at being a ranger, didn't make it, so I'm stuck with this crew of jokers. Gee, I don't know. Maybe because I'm saddled with the worst damn unit in the NCR Army. Think that might have something to do with it?
Wouldn't... Surely the other people don't matter for you to become a ranger, would they?
Yeah. I mean, no. They're okay people, but they don't care, you know? They don't have any ambition, no drive. They're slacking off, and that reflects badly on me. Please. Camp Golf is where they shuffle off anybody they don't want anymore. Assignment here is a career ender. Easy. This is where they send all the fuck-ups and people they don't want. But hey, it's not like I'm bitter or anything.
Okay, good. I was kind of worried.
I guess I wanted to make something of myself, you know? Be the best of the best. I wanted to be a ranger, but guess this is as close as I get.
But I have one of those berets, I'm pretty sure. Would you like it?
He did, huh? Well, good luck with that. You'd have an easier time teaching radroaches to march in formation. Well, if you ask me, what we really need is to get this whole squad out on the practice range. Shape up our marksmanship and explosive skill. I'm sure the others have their own ideas, though. Okay, I'll be here if you come to your senses.
Her idea is also... Oh,
Yo.
civil... Oh, no. That means even more...
We don't talk too much, mostly. Poindexter's a smart-ass prick. O'Hanrahan's a big pussy, ain't good for shit in a fight. And Mags? Well, Mags is cut out for something other than soldiering, you dig?
No.
Whatever. Not like I need any of them. I do just fine on my own. Ain't much to tell. Grew up out west, in the Boneyard. Heard of it? Yeah, not many people have. Wasn't really a good place for kids, you know? I joined up to get out. My family's still back there. What do you want to know? Whole place used to be some kind of rich bastard resort back before the
Really,
war.
I couldn't have
Now
guessed.
the Rangers use the old resort, and we grunts get to live in tents. Fucking typical.
Wait, so are there like buildings we haven't even
man,
been
it's
in?
this or the Fiends. And Fiends don't last too long in the NCR. At least this way, the badasses with the top shelf guns are on my side. Yo, I'll tell you what this squad needs. A healthy dose of angry juice. Psycho, the big red one. I used to run with the Fiends. I still got the hookups. Smuggle some in and you'll see an improvement. Whatever.
That seems like a bad idea.
Right.
Do you have a name? You do not. Neither do you. Okay, there was... No, wait. Oh, yeah, you were just NCR. So is there other people around that also have, like... Surely then all of those people would be like the higher-ups. Oh, let's not... Like sort of place where there might be people. This isn't the sort of place where there is people. Alley-oop. So far, like... Whatever the first guy's name was, that seems nice and all. His idea. But I feel like Mags is probably the most actual useful one. Ooh. Wait a minute. This is where zombies live. And apparently no one else? Oh, you're just... All of you are snoozing. The best of the best, eh? Yeah. You know, Mags, maybe you don't want to join the Rangers. Anyone with a name? Anyone? Anyone?
Hey.
Hey. Hey. Oh, jeez, this is weird. Oh, look at all the loot I could steal here. I thought I could steal the whole engine. I was like, wait, what? As if we don't already have issues being overburdened. I thought maybe I could craft here. Oh, no. Hello? Ah. That's why it says broken. Oh, that's just a regular... Why does it feel like there might be some sort of piece of paper with lore on it somewhere here? They might end up missing. Because we're speedrun. Sorry. Oh, we're gonna get so lost. Or maybe not. Maybe this time I won't get lost. Thank you. Hey, those weren't red, so it was absolutely fine to take them. Any more? Any more blue? I don't see any. Also, thanks game for like making the blue ones really obvious and blue. Hello, you probably have a name.
Back west, you don't see too many of these. Lakes, I mean.
Natural or man-made. Any kind, really. We neglected the dams or pumped all the water out a long time ago. Owens, Isabella, the San Luis. Drained the aquifers of everything they had. Just a lot of mud and dust now. It's a different feeling watching the sun come up over the water. Takes some getting used to. But if you're here long enough, it starts to seem normal. That's what a ranger's life is now, looking east. I don't think we've had the pleasure of meeting before.
Sounds pretty easy.
What can I do for you?
Nice.
The best of the best, worst of the worst. He came out of NCR, one of the followers of the apocalypse. Like a lot of the followers, he went out in the wilderness with a partner to try to help those who needed helping. Not much different from how the Rangers used to be, except with books and medicine instead of guns. Out to the Grand Canyon, he met a missionary from Utah, a man by the name of Joshua Graham. Graham helped translate for the followers and the tribes. All three of them got nabbed by the Blackfoots down there, back when they were still at war with every other tribe in the Southwest. Somewhere along the way, he realized he needed to educate the Blackfoots or they were going to get wiped out with the rest of the tribe. Showed them how to use guns, how to make explosives. Once he taught the Blackfoots a thing or two, they needed him. And he no longer needed the followers, NCR, or anyone else. He decided he could remake the tribes of the Southwest whether they wanted it or not. He became Caesar, and Joshua Graham became his legate, his right hand. And that's where Graham stayed until Hoover Dam. Losing the dam was the worst defeat the Legion ever suffered. Graham had been with Caesar since the beginning, but he had to set an example. The Praetorians covered Graham in pitch, lit him on fire, and down into the Grand Canyon he went.
Already, I'm pretty sure. Remember way back when? I don't remember what town it was. Where we were, there was like a drive-in sort of area, and there was a projector with a big eyeball. I think if you go there and like travel to a DLC area, it's all about Graham.
It's not that clear cut.
I think.
You have to understand, Graham was the toughest son of a gun anyone around these parts had ever seen. Before Hoover, we had 5 kill reports on Graham from Rangers and 1st Recon sharpshooters who tried to take him out. Some folks think he's still alive. Call him the Burned Man. Yes and no. The Blackfoots don't exist anymore, just like any other tribe that gets swallowed by the Legion. Caesar takes the tribal out of the tribe. Scrapes and burns off tattoos, breaks up families, forces mixed breeding so all the old loyalties die away. The only tribe in the Legion is the Legion. Caesar is their chief, father, and god, all rolled into one.
Man, they're gonna be really annoyed when we kill him, aren't you? Or
Shoot.
they.
It's no secret we've had better campaigns. Holding this whole length of river isn't easy. We're stretched thin and the long 15 just keeps getting longer. Slow to get supplies, slower to get reinforcements. NCR's Senate has got funds tied up at the boneyard. And President Kimball ordered our most experienced rangers to chase ghosts down at Baja. Senate elections are coming up. Local representatives don't want to push any more funding to the Mojave campaign.
I have a sneaking suspicion I'm not going to be able to keep all of this information straight.
Haven't been to New Vegas and probably never will.
But just
all they
shoot
know
and
is that
sort
their
people
money
out
gets
later.
sucked away to this desert, and their brothers, sisters, sons, and daughters die here. It's complicated. Goes way back. I told President Kimball that we need more rangers here. He accepted that, but took the most experienced ones and sent them south. Patrol rangers are good men and women, but we're about to fight a war. You've seen it yourself. Some of them don't even have proper service rifles or armor.
Yeah, I totally noticed.
Our heavy infantry, power armor units, they're back in NCR territory protecting the interests of Brahmin barons against small-time raiders. Brahmin barons only have one vote at the ballot box, but they have a lot of money to throw around.
See, I think we picked up a power armor somewhere, and I did consider giving it to well, giving it to who do you think? Edie, obviously. I wanted Edie to carry it around, but I don't know
Shoot.
if there will be any fallout from having someone, because I know, for example, we were not supposed to wear Legion because then people think you are with the Legion.
Not too long ago, they took Nelson and Searchlight. They got some camps on the eastern shore of the Colorado, and the monstrosity on the hill across the lake. That's for Caesar. Some folks don't believe he's here yet, but you can tell. He's the eye of the storm. It all roils and spins around him. You don't have to see the man to see the effect he has. Nelson was barely set up. We had a big stretch of unprotected land between Forlorn Hope and Searchlight, and Nelson was the solution. A deaconess named Dead Sea took the place and caused a lot of damage.
I assume we can't take on Caesar just yet.
Searchlight was worse.
We can't even kill a
One
single
of Caesar's Frumentari must
death
have
claw.
found something in there. Flooded the whole camp with radiation. Shoot. I could tell you a lot if you had the time, but at my age, I'm not sure which of us would get tired first. What do you want to know?
The cliff notes.
Suppose it depends on what you think's good. Most folks want to hear about Hoover Dam and Boulder City, but it's a long story. If you want some tall tales about hunting down slavers or busting up gangs, talk to one of the younger rangers. In big battles, Caesar deploys his legionaries in waves. Recruits up front, prime soldiers behind the recruits, old guard bringing up the rear. Opponents wear themselves out dealing with the first two waves, if they survive that long. When the veterans step up, there's not much fight left. Caesar can adapt, though, and when required, he can run any mix of legionaries as skirmishers and still retain order in the ranks.
I mean, it doesn't matter if they're new or old. We just shoot them.
Joshua Graham,
so far,
was
that's
Caesar's
worked out great.
old-legged. He wasn't so flexible. When the Legion attacked Hoover Dam, General Oliver ordered his troopers back to the middle ground just after first contact. Graham pushed all of the legionaries onto the dam, filling the east side with recruits up front and veterans in the back, by the book. But once they were in, they were stuck there. Oliver's troopers were entrenched and wouldn't give a foot. That's when we ordered the Rangers and the 1st Recon sharpshooters to start picking off veteran Legion officers from a high ridge west of the dam. That only lasted about a minute before Graham ordered the back ranks to push through to the front and rush the ridge. Caused total chaos among the younger legionaries. Oliver's troopers fell back to the side walkways and stayed out of the veterans' way. By the time the veterans got to the ridge, we were already in Boulder City. They followed us down there, but we were out before they realized what was happening. We had packed the old city with C4 and dynamite. Crude, but it did the job. Those who didn't die in the blast were in no position to mount a defense. The ones left on the dam didn't know what to do. The troopers routed them. Graham pulled the remaining legionaries back, but the battle was over. He went south, back to the Grand Canyon, back to Caesar. And that was the last we saw or heard from Joshua Graham. Shoot. Folks around here call me the chief, but handling's just fine. The Rangers run themselves pretty well, but I try to lend a hand. Mostly administrative work, helping coordinate intel on the radio. That and keeping an eye on the fires growing across the water. It's a simple system when it works. Patrol Rangers radio intel to ranger stations. Comm Rangers send the intel up the station chain until it reaches Camp Golf. Then I or one of the other Rangers on duty organize the data, evaluate it, and send information to camps or troopers in the field. Comm Rangers might have an incomplete picture of the situation. There's a lot going on out there. Intel needs to be coordinated through Golf so we can verify and advise appropriately. Troopers have enough to deal with. We don't want them questioning their intel. Shoot.
Maybe that was all of it then?
Adios.
Amigo. Where is this smoke you speak of? I don't see any, but alrighty.